How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the next part of our Wretched Souls narration series. Before we get into this video, let's do a brief recap of the events from the last chapter. Chapter 1 opened up with a giant horned figure and a small cat-like creature having a disagreement about continuing peace between the existing races. This argument doesn't seem to end too well for our small friend. After the giant launches a surprise attack, we then fade out to a classroom where we are introduced to a few characters. Kaito, the protagonist of our story, as well as Akiko and her brother Haru. These three were childhood friends, but Kaito and Haru seem to do nothing but squabble with one another. After a heated fight that leads to Haru snapping at Kaito, our protagonist heads out into Pico City where he comes across a mysterious dying cat, who is actually a demon. After a slightly emotional conversation, Kaito offers to become one and share his body with them, and that's where we left off. Now let's find out what happens next. Kaito tries to catch his breath, unsure what exactly just happened. As sweat pours down his face, he remarks that he doesn't feel much different, but one thing is for sure, the demon cat has vanished. Once he regains his senses, he continues heading back to his home. The moon shines brightly as he reaches out to open the door to his place. He makes his way inside and notices a letter left for him on the front of his refrigerator. The note is from his mother, who writes, "I couldn't stay home to have dinner with you. I had to hurry to work. I left food for you in the microwave. It's your favorite, beef stew with potatoes and rice. Hope to see you in the morning. Good night, son." After reading his mother's note, Kaito begins eating his food as he thinks to himself, "Ever since my old man passed away, my mom is hardly home. I don't know how she manages to work 2 jobs, keep the house clean, and still cook for me every night." The microwave goes off as Kaito begins making himself comfortable, opening the window and setting his food at the table. He takes his seat ready to enjoy his food, but while he gives thanks, he hears a familiar voice say, "Wow, that looks delicious." With no one around, he becomes startled, asking who that was. "Your friendly neighborhood cat," is the response given to him. Confused, Kaito wonders why he can no longer see the cat demon, to which the demon responds that they are now one, and seeing him will be as impossible as seeing his very soul. Just then, Kaito's belly begins to growl in hunger. "I'm so confused, but I'm also hungry," he says as he grabs his plate in excitement. But his meal is interrupted yet again, as he suddenly levitates into the air, held in place by something he can't see. He looks on, the invisible figure now showing itself, shocking Kaito. Whatever it is, it's outside of his window. Just then our small friend says, "A tracker demon?" Kaito, questioning what it is, gets forced outside by the creature. Before his eyes, a 4-legged monster stands drooling, holding him with its bumpy tongue. Its scales have a striped pattern and his teeth are extremely sharp. Before he can collect himself, Kaito is swung around and repeatedly slammed against the outside wall. As the demon looks to continue its assault, Kaito's 4-eyed companion tells him that the only reason he's still holding on to his life is because they are merged now. But even so, if he wants to survive this, he must summon Cerberus. Kaito replies asking him what Cerberus is, to which the black cat responds, "It's my treasured blade. With it, you should be able to slay the demon." But he isn't allowed a moment to breathe, as the tongue wrapped around his body squeezes even tighter, causing him excruciating pain. He tries his best to call out to Cerberus, "Here, boy, I need help." Unfortunately, nothing seems to appear. He's told to focus, but it just doesn't seem to be working. In a last-ditch effort, he tries again, calling out to the blade. Finally, it appears in his hand. It seems to be nothing more than a cane. "Unsheath it, you idiot!" the cat demon yells out. Kaito pulls the blade from its sheath, feeling his energy flow as he does so. The black blade emits smoke from it as Kaito swings it to the side. He then cuts himself free, taking his stance in front of the monster, which growls at him in return. The demon then charges at him, looking to close the distance. Kaito focuses as the creature gets closer and closer, finally making his move. In an instant, he slices through the attacker. As the chapter comes to a close, Kaito stands victorious, defeating the tracker demon. And that's all we have for the second chapter of Wretched Souls. I hope you enjoyed part 2 of our narration series. Remember, if you would like to continue the story for yourself, I'll be leaving a link to the first 5 chapters in our description. You can also join our Patreon to receive behind-the-scenes looks at our progress on future chapters, as well as early access to read the next chapter before anyone else. If you want to be notified about our narration videos, then don't forget to subscribe for updates. And also, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you summon your weapon of choice and smash that like button. Until next time.